Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adiba Amira binti Nazaruddin, and in this video, we will talk about motivation and incentive for rational behavior in Islam. Human being was gifted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a reasoning faculty for him to make a conscious decision. This decision should at least benefit him individually, if not at societal level. Everyone believes in living rationally, and in this manner he can achieve a better life. But what if making a rational decision makes him to work harder compared to deciding emotionally, which results in him not needing to work at all? There are always times when our negative emotion kicks in and disturbs our reasoning. Therefore, a motivating factor should be introduced to push people to put away all forms of negativity aside so he can make a sound choice. Now, the big question is, what is and what will be the motivating factor? Motivation or incentive varies in its meaning. There are a lot of theories in regard to the concept of motivation too. Simply, it means what drives us to do something, that is motivation. Whether it comes from outside or inside does not matter at all. However, an action driven by one's inner conscious is far greater in impact compared to be motivated by outer means. The discussion on rational behavior is normally discussed at the beginning of the study of economics. In conventional economics, rational behavior is defined as choosing an opportunity that will increase utility to its maximum and make decisions with the desired outcome in mind. In another definition, being rational is when an individual tries to use money income to derive greatest amount of satisfaction from it. In Islam, economical rational behavior is defined differently. For Muslim, there is more to being rational than just be satisfied. It is not a rational choice if your satisfaction resulted in despair in other people. Therefore, few Islamic scholars have defined what is rational for Muslims. Said Omar Said Agil said that a rational economic man in Islam is an Islamic man, and an Islamic man is rational when making decisions which is in conformity with Sharia. And Muhammad Shapra, on the other hand, said that a rational person would sacrifice his worldly self-interest for his self-interest in the hereafter. In a more advanced definition by Anas Zarqa, stated that rational Islamic behavior would lead individuals to settle between sufficient threshold and prodigality frontier. Therefore, we define rational behavior as doing or choosing an option that is benefiting in the eyes of the Sharia. From our discussion, we derive from Al-Quran and As-Sunnah three motivational factors. First, the hope for greater reward in the hereafter. Second, achieving inner contentment. And third, the fear for the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this video, we will discuss the first motivating factor, which is the hopes for greater reward in the hereafter, and we will explain by analyzing further the Quranic verses from Surah At-Tawbah, verse 72, and one hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari, the hadith of words from Allah to the people who are in heaven.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعد الله المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ومساكن طيبة في جنات عدن ورضوان من الله أكبر ذلك هو الفوز العظيم صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamualaikum and hey guys, my name is Arif Shahira binti Marazi. My metric number is 1419385. For my part, I'll be explaining about the background analysis for Quranic verses of motivation and incentive of rational behavior. Okay, so let's proceed. As a Muslim, we believe in the revelation of Allah, which is Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. They are used as our primary sources as it covers all aspects in our lives. It includes the spiritual and physical matters. Indirectly, Al-Quran also states about the motivation and incentive of rational behavior in Islam. It can be seen through verses 72, chapter 9, Surah At-Tawbah. As for the meaning itself, Allah has promised the believing man and believing woman gardens beneath which rivers flow, wherein they abide eternally, and pleasant dwellings in gardens of perpetual residence. But approval from Allah is greater. It is that which the great attainment is.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nur Fatin binti Aswa. My metric number is 1413824. Now, I will continue with my part, which is I will explain about the economic analysis for our Quranic verse, which is Surah At-Tawbah verse 72. As my friend Adik Syahira has said that this verse, it describes about how the paradise is look like. Perhaps it will give the motivation and incentives to humans to behave rationally in their life.
There are three economic principles that we can relate to this verse. First is about the marginal cost analysis. It is about the examinations of the additional benefits and the additional cost of an activity. People always use this to decide and help them to maximize their profits. But if we are motivated by this verse, we will not just think about how to maximize the profits, but also we will think either the objects and the means of acquisition is halal or not. If it uses the prohibited objects and the haram ways, it must be rejected because the marginal cost is higher than marginal benefits. It might cause more damage to the society or environment than the benefits that may be gained. By doing this, we will get the chance to enter the paradise. Next is equal chance to all. In this verse, it states that the paradise is for anyone, either man or woman. It shows that there is no restrictions about who is allowed to come into the business markets. Women who have always been discriminated during the Jahiliyyah era actually deserve to have the equal opportunity to join the labor force by working. They are deserving to get the same wages like men. Women are allowed to create their own business and gain their own profits. Automatically, women is capable to contribute in the economic growth of a particular country. The third one is about the extended of time horizon. We believe that there is hereafter beyond this world. What we do, especially to the economy, is very important because it includes every individual in this world. We must do the economic activities based on our focus to hereafter, where we'll get the chance to enter the paradise if we do it according to Allah's commands. We are not aiming for the
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurhanis binti Mio Muhammad Zamnis, metric number 1417336. So I will continue the background hadith. We have choose Fathul Bari with the topic is penjelasan kitab Sahih Al-Bukhari. The author name is Ibnu Hajar Al-Aqsani from Kitab At-Tawhid, chapter 38, the words from Allah to the people in heaven. First, I want to talk about the author, Imam Al-Bukhari. His full name is Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Ismail ibn Ibrahim ibn Al-Mughira ibn Bazibah Al-Ju'fi Al-Bukhari or Bukhari, commonly referred to Imam Al-Bukhari. He was a Persian Islamic scholar who authored the hadith collection known as Sahih Al-Bukhari. He was born on July 21st, 810 AD at Bukhara, Uzbekistan, and died on September 1st, 870 AD, Samarkand, Uzbekistan. written Muhammad al-Bukhari at Samarkand, Uzbekistan too. His father name is Ismail ibn Ibrahim. His collection of hadith is considered second to none. He spent 16 years to compile it and ended up with 2,802 hadith, 602 hadith, with 982 repetition. His criteria for acceptance into the collection were among the most stringent of all the scholars of hadith. Next, I want to talk about the narrators. The narrators is Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. His full name is Abu Sa'id Sa'd ibn Malik ibn Sina al-Khazraj al-Khudri. Was one of the younger of the companion of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and was an Ansari from the original inhabitant al-Madinah. He was too young to fight in the Uhud War in 625 year, where his father Malik ibn Sinan fell. He participated in subsequent campaigns. Although he traveled into the Syria to visit the Umayyad Caliph Muawiyah, he otherwise resided in Al-Madinah all his life. Later, he is said to have participated with his fellow Madinans in the defense of their city against the Umayyad army at the time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Taslim. Today I would like to present about economic analysis according to the hadith. Let's see the presentation. The issue arise in the hadith is to attain the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In conventional terms, this hadith refers to the dream of achieving the big goals. For the Muslim, we have to aspire to earn the blessing of Allah instead of just aiming to get a place in the heaven. The bigger we dream, the better our deed and action to achieve the goals. To get not only a place in the heaven, but also the blessing of Allah, a man should exercise justice and magnanimity or ihsan in all his dealing in this world, especially economical transactions. Imam al-Ghazali has already said two divisions where oppression can be achieved. One is the of the pervasive harm, and those who harm bear the particular on the transaction. For example, of the oppression are hoarding, using counterfeit money, extorting goods, cheating, and also ask the poor to pay his loan immediately. As a Muslim, there are the things that must be avoided when doing the business transaction. One should never lie, especially in the market. His product, for example, if one is selling his product, one should first state the deficiency of his product, and do not put extra virgin in the report, the goodness or the goodness of his goods. It somehow affects the decision of the buyer when the buyer only hear the good things, not only about the product. The practicing of magnanimity is also another way to attain his blessing. The lender should be variable in his payment terms according to the borrowers. If the borrower is the poor guy, then the best act he should perform is to waive the loan together. If the borrower, he should pay immediately when he has a culpability in his loan to creditor.